Alright guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is a fantastic day. First of all, the weather is absolutely amazing, and I don't have to work. I don't have to work all week, so what I can do is just make content all week. What we're going to do today is test drive the Suzuki GSX-8R, the big contender for the CBR650, and then we're going to see what it's like, and I'm gonna compare the two if I can. Maybe I can even do side by side, like put the bike side by side, and you can you know, compare the two, the length and everything. And I'm also gonna give you my impressions on how it feels for a semi-beginner. I'm really excited to do that because a lot of you have commented on why I didn't get that one, and well, my previous bike was a 650 Suzuki, and the 2-cylinder is nice, but I like the 4-cylinder more. I know exactly what it's going to feel like, so, you know, it's probably not going to surprise me much, but I'm still excited to test it and make a video about it. Yeah, we're pretty much just going there right now to the dealer. I have an appointment for 1:30 p.m. and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back. So I've got the Suzuki right here. I just got it from the dealer. I drove it back here, so I'm not sure if it's warmed up yet, if I can show you a cold start, but just to give you a short little impression from the way here from the dealership, it died on me twice. I'm gonna let you know why in a second, but here it is, the Suzuki GSX-8R. I think the color looks amazing. What I do not like about the bike are these bars here. The frame doesn't look good. They should have made it black or blue. But yeah, pretty much almost died on the way here. Some delivery van just pulled out right in front of me, almost crashed into it. So yeah, this thing has good brakes, I guess you could say. We're gonna go over the display and the features and everything, what I can find out ad hoc, like right now, and then we'll take a look at the screen display, everything, and the features. We are gonna do a sound check and everything. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got different riding modes that we can select. We can change the traction control. We can increase it and decrease it. We can do it like, I don't really know what this setting is, but I suppose you can change something like that. Just to let you know guys, we have been in mode A the entire time, which means it's the sharpest throttle response, not as smooth, but you can make it a lot smoother. So keep that in mind. Installed. I am just not sure if this even has an option menu or anything like that, because it doesn't seem like there is a switch to get in any sort of options, but from what it seems like right now, this is all you get. You pretty much just get the screen and that's it. It also comes with ABS, so that's good for beginners too. And it has an e-starter, so you pretty much just need to tap once and it starts. In terms of riding comfort, it's much more the kind of bike for someone who prefers a naked bike. It's definitely not a bike for someone that prefers a sporty riding position. With my Honda, I would be down here, right? The Suzuki is up here. So it's very comfortable for riding. I don't really know what purpose the windshield is supposed to have. It definitely doesn't really block any wind since you're always upright anyway. You get the full blast. Okay, let's put it in neutral and let's do a little sound check, and then we'll take it on the road and just ride for a bit. This is the exhaust right here. It's hidden away just like on the CBR. It looks okay, to be honest. Could look a lot better, but I can, from just riding this for like 5 minutes, I can already tell I honestly prefer the Honda build quality a lot more. So yeah, let's get into it. Check out the sound. So you can definitely tell that it's a 2-cylinder bike. It's just a lot more bassy, you know, it's got a lot more bangs. It sounds okay when you're riding, honestly. It really doesn't sound that bad. I do prefer the more linear sound development, to be honest, like instead of just like having this rattling noise. But yeah, let's get on the bike, just take it out for a spin. I've got about an hour to ride with it, and then we'll see how I like it. Let's see if it dies on me again, because accelerating on this thing is actually pretty difficult. Do you see? It just shoots ahead immediately. Alright, let's go down back here. Also, the shifting, the foot lever is very, very far down. So rev matching with the spike is actually not that easy, because you have to push your foot so far down. I don't know. I think by default I would want to higher it, like get it set higher up, because that definitely is not for me. Okay. With this bike, you definitely need to give it a bit more throttle before you let go of the clutch, or else it will just die on you. And I also find the Quickshifter to be a lot less smooth than the one on the CBR. Overall, I feel like the riding experience on this thing is a bit more, how can I say? Well, you can't really say budgety, because as a matter of fact, it actually, depending on rebates and stuff, this would have been more expensive than the CBR for me. It does come with a Quickshifter, so you're saving a bit of money on that, but still, I feel like for what you're paying, especially the screen being like fixed like this, you can't really make any changes to it. I don't know. See, that was the Quickshifter. I think with the Quickshifter on this bike, you need to give it a lot more throttle for it to be really smooth in comparison to the Honda. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can find out of the city. Honestly, I have no idea where I am. You'll be back in just a moment when I realize how to get some outback roads here. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so we're back. I just got it fueled up and I'm pretty much ready to go. Let's take it for a little spin around some a bit quicker roads, and then we'll see how it does. I can tell you already that the bike is not as nimble as I thought it was gonna be. The Quickshifter is very jumpy. It's not super accurate. See that? I can tell you the seating position is good, but it's more something for someone who is interested in a naked bike, you know, because this is sort of like they have the frame of a naked bike, and they're trying to combine it with a sporty fairing to give someone the best of both worlds. And while it is very comfortable to ride, I think those are two completely separate target audiences. Someone who wants to get a sport bike doesn't want a naked bike seating position. Well, not necessarily. I think the bigger part of those people wouldn't want a naked bike seating position. This is pretty much what this is. You are very upright. It's very comfortable to sit, but it's not cushioned well at all. The seat is incredibly hard. I can tell you from just sitting on this for 10 minutes, it's not comfortable. And I've had this with my SV650 also, the Suzuki. It just seems like Suzuki saves a bit of money in comfort. And I honestly think that this is exactly what they shouldn't do. You shouldn't save money in comfort. It's the most important thing. The question is, do you prefer a bit more torque on the low end in comparison to an overall smoother ride? I am the guy, I want a smoother ride. I don't even know if I want to use the Quickshifter on this. Honestly, it's too jumpy for me. I would love to do like a 0 to 100 test with this, but unfortunately there aren't really any roads here that I can use for that. It is very quick. It is definitely very quick, as you can tell. I feel like there is a dead zone with the throttle, it doesn't really respond immediately. You need to push it like 10 or 20% for something to happen. So it's as I said, this is once again, like, I feel like you are not having full control over the bike. But as soon as you get past that 10-20%, this thing just shoots ahead. It's crazy. It's really, really, really fun for beginners. Really fun for beginners. You're gonna have a smile on your face every time you pull the throttle. You know, it's really nice. But also, especially with the wheel spin, like if you're in second gear and you're pulling on this thing, it has power. It has a lot of power that you cannot underestimate. So I'm gonna just quickly stop here. I'm gonna try. It goes up to 80 to 90 in first gear. It sounds nice. It does sound a bit more bassy than my SV650. It doesn't sound like it's like a tin can. That's good. That's good, because a lot of two-cylinders sound like tin cans. This one doesn't. And I think if you get an aftermarket sport exhaust on this thing, it might sound incredible. It might sound incredible. And of course, the advantage to other bikes, you can use a slip-on on this. You can't use a slip-on on a CBR. With a CBR, if you want to change the exhaust, you need a full exhaust system, and those are very expensive sometimes, you know, starting like 900 to 1,000 euros. This is another advantage of this bike. But the sound isn't bad, and honestly, I don't know if you really need to be changing anything, because two cylinders have this very distinct sound. I think they are very recognizable, and changing that makes it a little less recognizable, in my opinion. Yeah, it's when you are looking to overtake something, the bike follows your command. Like it doesn't even hesitate. It just does what you need it to do. It just does what you need it to do immediately, and that's really good. That's really nice. But especially if you go low speeds like this at the moment, well, it is a new bike, so I'm not used to it, but it does feel like I have it. It might die on me any moment. That's a Quickshifter again. There, it's a bit smoother from second to third. Obviously, with a Quickshifter, you need to have the throttle open much more, right? But on the Honda, I can even use the Quickshifter at lower speeds, and it's much smoother that way too. And even when I'm pulling on the throttle and using the Quickshifter, it's still jumpy. So I'm not sure if this is the selling point for this bike. Let me try to shift regularly. Much smoother. Much smoother. I think that's definitely the way to go with this bike. Just forget about the Quickshifter. Shift regularly, and this is going to be one hell of an experience. It is definitely fun to ride. And anytime I pull on the throttle, it wants to come up, you know. I think you could do amazing wheelies on this too. But yeah, we're going back here. See, like when you're at 30 kilometers an hour and you're in second gear and you're going around a corner, it honestly feels like and sounds like it wants to die. It wants to stall. I like a bit of security from my bike, and my CBR, whenever I'm going around in a corner in any gear, it gives me the feeling of safety. This doesn't give me a particular feeling of safety when I'm riding in lower speeds, in lower gears. It really doesn't, and this is a very big factor for me. Opposed to my CBR, where I feel like the mirrors are completely useless. These mirrors are so high up that it's actually possible to see something behind you if I would set them up properly, you know, but it's possible to see something behind you, and that's great. Functional mirrors. Even now in third gear, I feel like the bike just wants to stall. I'm in second gear going about 40. It's not giving me a good feeling right now. It's very shaky, it's vibrating a lot. It's still a fun ride. Honestly, still a fun ride. I think these are all things that you are probably going to get used to over time. And it's not something that perhaps may be a deal breaker for someone who hasn't had a bike before. But especially as someone who has gotten the experience of a 4-cylinder, you don't really want to go to something less smooth. Also, sick R8 in front of us. That's Germany for you. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I think that concludes the video, and I hope I have given you guys a good first impression from my side as someone who has been riding the CBR650R for close to 2 months now. If I had to choose now again between the two, I would definitely go with the CBR again, for sure. I wouldn't pick this bike. Very good looking bike. It doesn't have enough features for me. The screen it doesn't really have any settings that you can go into. Let me try and see if there's any other way I could like go in a settings menu. Nope, doesn't look like it. Like, not even holding the mode button does anything. Nope, it just doesn't do anything. I think that's all you get. I'm gonna ask the dealer just to get confirmation of whether or not that's it, and then I will add that later on and let you guys know. But I feel like for a bike that's 10,000 euros, 10,200, you could get a little more. You could get a little more. You know, the CBR doesn't have that many features. It has road sync, which is fairly limited. By the way, there's also another video coming on that. You can customize the screen a bit. It's not like it's, you know, the amazing modular customizable bike, but it's better than nothing. And I had this, like, with my SV650, it also pretty much didn't allow you to change anything. And when I got my CBR, it was like, oh, I have a screen that I can play around with. I can change settings. It changes the screen from night to day when I'm going in a tunnel and stuff like that, and that's nice. It's nice to have some more features. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the bike in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think after seeing my impression. If you would now be choosing the 650 over this bike, if before you were looking to buy this, or if you're still gonna buy this. I'm really curious to know. Also, please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be more awesome videos like this coming. I hope to see you guys in my future videos. Check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I post almost daily on my Instagram. Stay in touch with me. Send me pictures of your bike. I love to see them all. And thank you all for almost 700 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.